Good morning, ladies and is that going through? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Germantown Academy for some morning basketball. Between Germantown Academy and the Academy of Notre Dame, Kendall Bennett wins the tip-off back to Jessica Moore. GA coming off a win against Episcopal Academy. They sit 5-3 on the season as Munson trying to hand to Bennett. Had it knocked away driving in. Layup is no good. Bennett with the rebound, can't get it to go. And a jump ball is called on the rebounds. Notre Dame comes in tied for first in the Interac. Only loss on the season came in their last game against Penn Charter, a team they beat earlier on. They've led the Interac for most of the season. They were undefeated until that loss against Penn Charter. As driving in was Mackerlane, no good on the layup. Rebound was tipped out of bounds by Notre Dame. As Moore sets the inbound. Notre Dame pressing. Sam able to fend off Annie Greek. And GA will quickly bring it ahead. It's a Moore catch and shoot from three. No good. Bennett right there on the rebound, powering her way forward. Won't go. Right to Munson, who puts it back up, and that won't go. No score early on. Notre Dame winning big in this last contest. First time they've beaten GA in a long time. Here's the three ball, bounces in and out. Sam Wade on the rebound, and a double dribble is called. Maeve Mackerlane will be a player to watch for Notre Dame. Had 32 points against GA in this last meeting. And down low here, it's Katie Halligan getting the layup to go for the first points of the game. Haponic will find Moore off of the inbound, and she'll bring it ahead. Notre Dame and Penn Charter both sitting atop the Interac at 6-1. GA then follows in second place at 5-3. Here's Munson driving in, but she's whistled down for the double dribble. Munson adding some nice size to this GA front court at 5'11". Transfer from Colorado. Second on the team in rebounds behind just Kendall Bennett. Jessica Moore in third place. As it's Mackerlane moving in against Bennett, fakes the outlet pass, and she was fouled going to the basket. Mackerlane will shoot two at the line. The all Delaware County selection last year. Part of this big junior trio for Notre Dame. One for two. They finish. Notre Dame capitalizes on the rebound. They can't get it to go off the glass. And eventually Munson rallies to the rebound, but she couldn't keep it in bounds. Those 32 points for Mackerlane last time against GA was not only a season high for her, but a new career high. She hit 5 threes in that game against GA. As it's Greek handing off to Casal. Bounce pass down low, but GA will take over as they stepped out of bounds. Haponic trying to spring Munson. She's going to get to it ahead of the pack. Slam on the brakes, trying to find Bennett. Whips it across to a wide open Moore. Can't finish the layup though. And then she's called for the reach. Good outlet pass by Haponic, right off of the inbound, finding Josie Munson. But nonetheless, it's Notre Dame up by 3, under 6 left to play. It's Greek driving in against Bennett, but she traveled in doing so, and GA will regain possession. Notre Dame again pressing. GA's used to that, and Sam Wade stepped out of bounds. Oh, no, excuse me, it's a Notre Dame blocking foul. GA will maintain possession. And the loss against Penn Charter for GA on Tuesday. Penn Charter, when they pressed, it was very effective against this GA offense who struggled to consistently bring it up court. They recovered from that loss with 2 wins against Agnes Irwin and then Episcopal. As it's Mackerlane pulling up, count the basket and 1. That was on Jessica Moore, as GA will take their first time out. This loss against Notre Dame for GA a few weeks ago marks the 3rd loss of the season. 2 losses against Penn Charter, 1 against Notre Dame. They lost by the largest margin of any of their losses this year. The games against Penn Charter were pretty close. Notre Dame winning 67-35 the last time these 2 teams matched up. GA also losing to Penn Charter in the opening game of the season. And then on Tuesday, they recovered to beat Agnes Irwin 57-24, and then Episcopal 61-42. As they sit at 5-3 in the Interac. Mackerlane's good from the free throw line. GA will try to spring something, down 6 in the early going, and have yet to get on the scoreboard. It's Munson looking for an outlet. She'll circle in, put up a floater. That eventually falls after rattling down, and GA has their first points of the game in the way of a Josie Munson floater. It's Mackerlane now, handing it off at the top of the key. Down low, that's Harrington. Now Casal. Bounce pass back out to Halligan. She lost it. GA trying to regain possession along the baseline, and they'll do just that. Lobbing it up ahead for Jessica Ponick was Jessica Moore. Ponick now moving in, whips it out to Sam Wade, faking the 3, driving in, putting up a floater. That won't go, but a foul is called. It's against Caroline Kemp, and Sam Wade will shoot 2. As Isabella Casey comes in for Jessica Moore. Wade's 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Notre Dame on the rebound. 7.9 points per game for Sam Wade, the freshman. This freshman class of 5 on this varsity GA team. Certainly a bright future for them, trying to conclude the season 6-3 as driving in was Mackerlane. Behind the head, couldn't go. Rebound bounces right back out to Notre Dame. And Annie Greek hits the easy 2. GA looking to reset. Sam Wade up ahead. It was stolen, and now it's Casale. Bounce pass down low. Halligan couldn't quite finish, but she was fouled on the way up. Grace Hanna will come in for Notre Dame. You know, this year maybe not the normal success in terms of win-loss record we're used to for GA. But in winning the game against Episcopal the other day, they secured the fact that they will not have a losing record this year. They haven't had a losing record in the Interac or overall since Coach Retief took over in 1998. That'll continue this year as Wade and Casey play catch. A lob down low to Bennett, putting it up off the glass with the finish. Nice pass from Isabel Casey to find Kendall Bennett. Was held in check against Episcopal. But she's a player who at multiple points this year has been averaging a double-double. Gasawi, the point guard, finds Mackerlane. Moving in with the Euro and then the put-up, that was short. Aponic on the rebound, finding Munson, and GA moves quickly back ahead. Long pass up to Wade, able to keep it in bounds, and then she'll pull up in the corner from 3, and she was fouled. 3 free throw attempts now for Sam Wade. Five of 10 from the free throw line is Sam Wade coming into this game. 34% overall field goal percentage and 24% from 3. As Jenna Aponic replaces her sister. Just under 3 left to play in this first quarter. Wade goes 2 for 3. GA just down by 2 now. Charlotte DeLillo comes in for GA. Interesting thing, though, about this matchup, Notre Dame only beat Baldwin and Episcopal by a point this season. 2 teams GA defeated fairly easily, but Notre Dame had perhaps their best game, or one of the best games of the season, against GA last time out. As a pass down low is intercepted by Bennett, now finding Munson, who will slow down, bring it up into Notre Dame territory, where it's Aponic now directing traffic. Going against Casal, it's now DeLillo circling, moving in, whipping it to Munson. That was tipped by Mackerlane out of bounds. Casey on the inbound will whip it to DeLillo. And then Aponic, one of the point guards on this team, along with her sister Jessica. Another lob for Bennett. That was intercepted by Notre Dame and Maeve Mackerlane. GA trying to get it down low to Bennett early. It's Mackerlane now, lengthy 3. And after a bounce off the glass, it falls down. Aponic quickly back ahead. Mackerlane can do damage anywhere on the court. We see it there, the 5 threes against GA last time. Out of a total 32 points, Aponic drives in. Won't go. And Notre Dame has it back under 2 left to play in this first quarter. They have a 5-point lead. It's Mackerlane from Casal, another 3, and she buries that one. 2 straight threes from Mackerlane, and all of a sudden it's Notre Dame by 8. As the pass intended for Munson was intercepted. 2 turnovers for GA in the last handful of plays. It's a bounce pass down low. And getting fouled there was Lizzie Halligan. That was on Charlotte DeLillo. Halligan will shoot 2 at the line. Wade comes back in for GA. Caroline Kemp for Notre Dame. Notre Dame would be looking to win the Interac for the first time since the 1998 season. The championships what they shared with the Shipley School and GA. As it's Munson pulling it back out to Sam Wade at the top of the key. With 20 to shoot, she's moving in. Slumming on the brakes, finding Aponic. Circling it, trying to find an outlet. It's now off to Sam Wade. Under 10 left to shoot. It's now Casey Moving in, trying to get the basket. It won't go off the glass. Bennett right there for the rebound and the finish. Kendall Bennett in her first full year as the starter for GA. Started a handful of games last year. Started every game this year as a sophomore and has made a big impact along the boards. Now under 30 seconds left in this first quarter. It's a Notre Dame pull-up off the gridiron. It's no good. GA wanted the foul. On the push-off is whipping it down low was Casal. And then getting fouled was Grace Hanna in the paint. Already the 6th foul now for GA in this first quarter. So Notre Dame team led by a strong group of upperclassmen, but certainly some sophomores and freshmen in there as well, including Lizzie Halligan. As it's Sam Wade in Notre Dame territory. Shot clock is unplugged. GA will have 10 to shoot. It's back out to Wade from 3, driving in. Outlet pass to Munson was spratted away. Munson still hangs on, 2 to shoot. She'll put it up at the buzzer, and that's no good. After 1 quarter of play, it's Notre Dame up by 10. GA looking to go 1-1 against Notre Dame this year. Notre Dame had a very good season last year, finished 3rd in the Interac. 19-8 overall, 8-4 in the Interac. Their only Interac losses came against GA and Penn Charter, who finished 1st and 2nd respectively. Notre Dame also made it to the semifinals of the PACE tournament. They'd certainly be one of the top seeds in that tournament this year if it was being held. As it's Moore down low to Bennett, powering her way through, but couldn't connect on the layup. And it's Notre Dame taking over. It's Mackerlane against Moore, now against Sam Wade, gaining separation. Breaking and finding Hannah back out from 3, and now Casal, the point guard. She has 10 to shoot with Moore in her face, handing it off. It's Kemp, and then back to Mackerlane. She's gonna have to put it up with 1 left to shoot. It was no good. Notre Dame there on the rebound. Sam Wade pressuring Halligan in the corner. Ball is still loose, and then getting it down low was Grace Hanna. Count the basket and 1. Great job by Notre Dame to get to the loose ball. And then a great passing play to find Hanna down low, who converted on the layup as she was getting fouled. Hannah's 1 for 1 at the line. Halligan comes in to replace her as Notre Dame extends the lead 22-9. It's Munson in the corner, and she traveled on the attempt to move in. GA trying to stay in this game. As Mackerlane, one of 2 members of Notre Dame to be on the All-Interact team last year, along with Allie Lynch, who graduated. Mackerlane was on the first team. Gasal fakes a 3, now from 2, the floater won't go. Bennett falling forward on the rebound. It's Moore with a nice move, bringing it forward. The senior guard with the underhand scoop won't go. Bennett right there on the rebound, and she was fouled on the second effort. Bennett, who had 101 points last year, 137 rebounds. This year averaging 9.1 points per game and 8.9 rebounds per game. Has been averaging a double-double at certain points throughout the season, as Mackerlane quickly brings it ahead. As Bennett has a 1 for 2 showing at the free throw line, GA narrows the gap to 12. It's Casal putting it up. That was no good. Munson whipped it ahead, but Mackerlane was in front of Wade and intercepted the pass, and she hands off to Casal. They'll reset. It's Casal directing traffic against Josie Munson. 11 to shoot for Notre Dame. Mackerlane from 3 on the pass from Casal, and she converts. As was the case last time, Maeve Mackerlane doing most of the damage here today, as Munson was fouled, bringing it into Notre Dame territory. Casey and DeLillo back in for GA. Hannah back in for Notre Dame. That was Notre Dame's 5th foul there on Josie Munson. 5th team foul for them. Sam Wade driving in, and a nice finish off the glass. Sam Wade leading that great freshman class in points. A strong group replacing a very strong senior class for GA that graduated last year. As a turnover there, Casey comes up with the loose ball, and she'll find Sam Wade. It's Casey in the corner against Hannah. A nice spin move. She'll go up with it off the glass. It goes down. Nice play by Isabel Casey. Notre Dame takes their first timeout. In total, Notre Dame has 7 Interact titles throughout the years. That dates back to 1983. We mentioned they won their last one, though, in the 1998-99 season, which they shared with GA and Shipley when they were still in the Interact. They sit at 6-1 this season. Wins against Episcopal, Penn Charter, GA, SCH, Agnes Irwin, Baldwin, and then that tough loss against Penn Charter, 61-57. GA, they sit at 5-3, beating Episcopal, Baldwin, Agnes Irwin, SCH. Episcopal only losing to Penn Charter twice in this Notre Dame team. One of the things you have to think has affected a lot of teams, especially GA though, is how competitive a non-league schedule they play, but haven't gotten to do that this year. Last year, GA played in Naples. They played in Louisiana, Arizona before, and that really helps get them ready for this league schedule. As it's off to Casal in the corner. GEA was able to tip the pass attempt, and Notre Dame will inbound under the basket with 10 to shoot. It's Casal, bounce pass down low. DeLillo was able to get in the way, and a travel's called against Grace Hanna. Charlotte DeLillo, one of 3 seniors on this GA group. She's co-captains with Jessica Moore. She's committed to her sinus to continue her basketball career there next year and join her sister Sarah, who also plays there, who graduated last year. Bennett ripping the loose ball away from Katie Halligan, and a jump ball is called. It's Notre Dame by 11 here. Final 4.5 in the first half. It's a bounce pass to Halligan moving in. She kicked it away though. Casey on the loose ball trying to find an outlet. That comes in the way of Sam Wade, who will skip it ahead to Charlotte DeLillo. Nice move to get on in. Her layup attempt was knocked away. No foul called, and Notre Dame quickly ahead. Casal off to Mackerlane in the corner. It's from 3. It's no good. It was Annie Greek there, excuse me. As it's Moore from Wade with speed driving in, and she was fouled on the floater attempt. That was on Grace Hanna. 2 shots now for Jessica Moore. Missing the first one there, but Moore, Coach Retief has said, one of the greatest shooters in the history of the program. Last year, free throw percentage over 80. This year, free throw percentage at 79 coming into the game. She's good on the second one. She's also shooting 44% from the floor and 40% from 3. That 3-point percentage leads the team. Bennett leads the team in overall field goal percentage, though. Moore, the only player on GA with over 100 points on the season, as it's Halligan down low looking for an outlet, and a foul is called against Bennett reaching in. GA is in the bonus, so it'll be a 1-and-1 attempt for Lizzie Halligan as Elise Schmidgel replaces Kendall Bennett. Halligan, the freshman, getting a lot of playing time this year for Notre Dame. As she extends the Notre Dame lead to 12. We'll see what GA wants to do with Kendall Bennett on the bench, who is second on the team in points. Sam Wade finding Jessica Moore with speed driving in, couldn't get it to go off the glass, and no foul was called. GA wanted one. Mackerlane quickly ahead, had it knocked away. Gets to the loose ball, though, in the corner. This is for 2 for Notre Dame, and that's Lizzie Halligan draining it. Here's Wade back up quickly. Casey faking the 3, back out to Wade. Was able to catch a contested pass. Pops in and out on the 2-point attempt, and it's Mackerlane back ahead. She'll hold off, circle back with it, find an open Casal at the top of the key, but she traveled in the transfer attempt to Grace Hanna. It's Moore finding Schmidgel. Under 3 left to play in this first half now. Schmidgel coming over from the swim team, the Marquette lacrosse signee. It's Casey now through an opening, won't go. And they're gonna call Casal for the foul. Notre Dame can't believe it. They're now in the bonus as well, so DeLillo will shoot 1-and-1 the line as Alex Goodrich comes in for GA. No good on the first attempt. Notre Dame on the rebound, intercepted by Sam Wade, up with the floater, and she was fouled. Both of these teams now sit at 18 fouls each. This one on Grace Hanna. As Bennett and Munson come back in for GA. The two leading rebounders for GA. Jessica Moore sits in third as Casal all the way behind the pack. And she was fouled, putting it up from three. It'll be 1-1 for Casal at the line. It's Sam Wade on the foul. Notre Dame up by 13 as we approach the 2-minute mark. Notre Dame's asking how it's not 3 free throw attempts as she was fouled shooting a 3-point shot. It will just be 1-1 though. They're going to say the foul happened after the shot, so it will just be 1-1 for Casal. Munson on the rebound, tips it to Moore, who will start up with it. Notre Dame reaching the 30-point plateau. Moore quickly ahead. Looking for room to shoot, instead finds Bennett. It was off the rim, layup was no good. Notre Dame ahead, whipping it all the way up to Casal. Munson was right there on the intercepted pass. She brings it right back ahead. Munson, no pull-up, it's back to Sam Wade. Directing traffic back down low to Bennett, looking for an opening. But they're gonna say she traveled in the paint on the way in. McFarland will come in for Notre Dame. Always smart to try to get Kendall Bennett involved. Just 1 point in the win against Episcopal. Opposing defenses have really tried to limit her point outburst. Notre Dame did that in the win. Last time these two teams played. It's good ball movement here. Moore got a hand on the pass. Down low though, Halligan gets to the loose ball. Or excuse me, it's Halligan indeed getting to the loose ball and pocketing the 2 points off the glass. Moore ahead, and a foul is called on Halligan for the block. Lizzie Halligan and Katie Halligan both in on this Notre Dame team as Avery Thomas replaces Katie Halligan. That blocking foul, the 18th foul combined, both of these teams have committed in this just first half alone. No good from the free throw line was Wade. Munson to the loose ball, back up with it, couldn't finish, and Notre Dame on the rebound. Casal all the way ahead, Goodrich on defense. She couldn't finish, but Goodrich was whistled down for the foul. It'll be 2 now for Casal. Looking to make it an 18-point lead. GA only had 16 points. Hoping to score more than 35, which is their total last time against Notre Dame. That's the fewest in any contest this season, as a carry's called against Josie Munson. Fortunately, GA continues to give Notre Dame the ball. Here's a lob. Hauling it in was Mackerlane. She'll pull up from 2. That's well short. And Wade right there on the loose ball. Quickly ahead as we have under 1 minute left to play in the second quarter. Wade left open. She'll attempt a 3. That's short. They'll try to get to the loose ball, but it hopped out of bounds first as Aponic will come back in. .54 seconds for Notre Dame. Mackerlane will bring it ahead. Casal and Mackerlane, usually the two who direct traffic on this Notre Dame offense. Casal, the point guard. Mackerlane at 5'9", the junior. She goes driving in and has a nice finish to give Notre Dame a 20-point lead. Shot clock is unplugged now for GA. They'll have 20 to shoot. Aponic with the double dribble and another GA turnover. 19 seconds now for Notre Dame. It's Mackerlane with it, looking for a screen against Bennett. Whips it to Casal, 5 to shoot. Mackerlane from deep downtown. She hits the 3, and that's how things conclude in this first half. A tremendous finish for Notre Dame, and Maeve Mackerlane hitting many threes early on to give Notre Dame a 39-16 lead heading into the third quarter. We'll return after a short intermission.